All right, first and foremost, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone that rule well, and a sincere salutation to the Akim pushing his truth is sincerity, Bashem Rokak Wadash. As you can see, the title of this article, it says Disney Plus removes Dumbo, Peter Pan from children's profiles over negative stereotypes. Okay, so Esau, he's just just now, quote unquote, trying to make things right, okay, by removing, certain Disney movies, okay, so that, and putting warnings on them so certain kids don't get offended, and, here's this 2021, and some of these movies are over 10 years old, and he's barely doing this. But that goes to show you how Esau is. Now, as you can see, the depiction right here of Peter Pan with these two so-called Native Americans, it brings the stereotype, and a negative one at that, But yeah, this is what Esau does, man. He stereotypes Jakes, because the Native Americans are from the tribe of Gad. Okay, they're Israelites, So let's read this article and get some scriptures. Lord willing, this be edifying. It says Disney Plus has removed several movies, including Dumbo, Peter Pan, The Aristocats, and Swiss Family Robinson, from children's profiles on its service over negative stereotypes. The Walt Disney Company had previously placed content warnings on the films for negative depictions and or mistreatment of people and cultures. Okay, and these movies are old, man. Peter Pan, Dumbo, The Aristocrats, the Swiss Family Robinson. These movies are old, and they're barely doing this. Okay. And that's the thing, because you see, this is nothing. They have way more filth out there, that is aimed at children, okay, than these movies, okay. But nonetheless, they say that they're negative depictions and or mistreatment of people and cultures, because ultimately I perceive, Esau wants to get rid of the whole slavery thing. He wants people to forget about that, because he really wants to bring a one world order, okay. His ultimate goal is that RFID, okay, the mark of the beast, So slavery was used, okay, in its time, but now it's a different new age slavery. It's a brainwashing on a whole different scale, and they want to get rid of that whole slavery, that whole cultures are different. They really want to bring everyone together now, okay, into one new world, new age type of philosophy. Okay, we're all bow down to the beast. We're all bow down to Esau in his philosophy. And the only way they do that is disarming the people. That's why they got all these Jakes in the office. They got all these alphabet people, that are serving in the military. They got, women that have been elected to, high-ranking military posts. And they're just doing all different types of things, man. Okay, to so-called unify the people and diversify things and give rights to everyone. But let's continue. It says, in October, and has now removed access to the films by children under 7. Adults with Disney Plus accounts can still access the films with the content warnings. Also, it says, goodbye Pepe. Here's why a longtime Looney Tunes character was canceled, and they're saying is because he was he was rapey. Okay. It says, according to the Stories Matter section of the Disney website, it removed the films because of the following. Dumbo, 1941. Wow. It's almost 60 years ago. The Crows and musical number pay homage to racist minstrel shows, where white performers with blackened faces and tattered clothing imitated and ridiculed enslaved Africans on southern plantations. The leader of the group in Dumbo is Jim Crow, which shares the name of laws that enforced racial segregation in the southern United States. You see? So it was racist, okay? Dumbo, was racist. It's Peter Pan. 1953, the film portrays native people in a stereotypical manner that reflects neither the diversity of native peoples nor their authentic cultural traditions. It shows them speaking in an unintelligible language, and repeatedly refers to them as redskins, an offensive term. Peter and the Lost Boys engage in dancing, wearing headdresses, and other exaggerated tropes. Swiss Family Robinson, 1960. The pirates who antagonize the Robinson family are portrayed as a stereotypical foreign menace. Many appear in yellowface or brownface and are costumed in an exaggerated and inaccurate manner, with top-knot hairstyles, queues, robes, and overdone facial makeup and jewelry reinforcing their barbarism and otherness. The Aristocats, 1970. The Siamese cat Shungon is depicted as a racist caricature of East Asian peoples with exaggerated stereotypical traits such as slanted eyes and buck teeth. He sings in poorly accented English voiced by a white actor and plays the piano with chopsticks. You see? So yes, you know, these movies, you know, they do have negative depictions of people's cultures, okay? But look at how long it took Esau to, you know, actually admit this. And like I said, through the Spirit, they're trying to, you know, put people's guard down as, you know, concerning race. You know, they believe that everyone is one now, you know, with social media and the way the world has been connected. You know, really what they want to do is ultimately, you know, bring everyone to the chip. Okay, don't matter. The scriptures say free or bond, you know, all small and great, free or bond shall receive a chip. And that's really what they're trying to do. Okay, but yes, and we've used, you know, certain depictions like these to break down the scriptures, you know, to show Israel that we are what the scriptures say, a proverb and a byword, okay, to the heathen, okay. Now, I just wanted to read this real quick. This is Space Jam. Where it says that I'm going to just get to the point. It says March 3, New York Times opinion column by Charles M. Blow. He talks about some of the early cartoons he watched, which included the character Pepe Le Pew.
Story that is trending online. I want you to take a look at this. The Space Jam movie.
Salakia. It says he talks about some of the early cartoons he watched, which included the character Pepe Le Pew. A Looney Tunes fandom site describes the animal as having human characteristics.
This summer, LeBron James will be headlining Space Jam, new legacy. Yes.
And one who is constantly on search for romance, held back by his persistent behavior and his scent. In the opinion piece, Blow says that Pepe Le Pew normalized rape culture. The focus in the piece regarding Le Pew is very brief, but the controversy surrounding a re-examination of the character has gained attention online. In the wake of that, news broke Sunday that Warner Brothers had already scrubbed the scene with the cartoon Skunk from Space Jam sequel over a year ago. The New York Times piece didn't just call out Pepe Le Pew, but other cartoon characters as well, like Speedy Gonzalez, saying the character promoted stereotypes of drunk and lethargic Mexicans, and Mammy Two Shoes, who Blow wrote was a heavy-set black maid who spoke in heavy accent. The original Space Jam was released on November 15, 1996. You see? Barely this is you know, coming across as rapey or negative depictions of cultures and stereotypes. You know, Esau been doing this, man. Pepe Le Pew was originally named Stinky, okay? And he was supposed to be French, all right? Pepe Le Pew, but they say that he's what? He's normalizing rape culture, okay? And that's ironic, knowing that, you know, that's ironic because Esau Edom has what? Raped, robbed, and murdered, you know, all nations, man. But yeah, you know, this is what's going on, man. You know, he really is changing the times. Okay. And this is another article. Disney removes Dumbo, Peter Pan, other films from children's profiles. Okay. And let's get the scriptures, man, because you know, this was prophesied in the Bible that you know, we would be depicted as such things, you know, by the heathen. Let's get this. This is Deuteronomy 28 and 37. It says, "And thou shalt become an astonishment." Salakia. "And thou shalt become an astonishment, a proverb and a byword among all the nations whither the Lord shall lead thee." Yeah, you know, and they've made films off of negative depictions of our culture, and you know, and placed that upon us. Let's see, a proverb. It says a parable, aphorism, byword, similitude, parable, poem, sentences of ethical wisdom, ethical maxims, right? They said that, you know, Speedy Gonzalez represents drunk Mexicans, you know, lethargic, you know. So yeah, that's what they put upon us. But this is a curse, okay? "And thou shalt become an astonishment." Let's look at this word astonishment. A waste, a horror, an appallment, right? And the other nations were appalled at us, you know, to the point where they would poke fun at us, you know, and make movies in like what's that movie with the crows? Dumbo, you know. The crows and musical number pay homage to racist minstrel shows where white performers wear blackened faces and tattered clothing. You see? Yeah. This is a curse that would come upon us. You see? Let's continue in the scriptures. It says, a proverb and a byword, sharp word, sharp cutting word, a taunt, gibe, right? We're being taunted, you know, from way back when, you know. It says, among all nations, whether Yahweh shall lead thee. Okay, all nations, okay, have taunted us. All nations have poked fun at us and say that, you know, that we're this. You know, they have a saying for the Israelites, you know, for all the tribes. Okay, and Esau, you know, he tries to poke fun at all the other nations. You see, and barely now, you know, they want to get rid of these things. It says, this is Jeremiah 24:9, "And I will deliver them to be removed into all kingdoms of the earth for their hurt, to be a reproach and a proverb, a taunt and a curse in all places whither I shall drive them." Okay, so the Lord deliver us to be removed into all the kingdoms of the earth for our hurt. Okay, and we would serve slavery. We would be in the ghettos. We would be in the low places. You know, the curses would fit us in Deuteronomy 28, whether we were driven, okay, you know, into all the kingdoms of the earth for their hurt, to be a reproach and a proverb, a taunt and a curse in all places whither I shall drive them. Okay, and that's true. Okay, you know, and you can see it in these movies, you know, but in real life, you know, you also see it. That's why even in Israel, there's a so-called dark race, which claim to be the original Israelites, that they have been there for since forever. Okay, they claim to be the real Israelites, and if I wish I could find that video, but I can't. But they're actually taunted. They're actually spit upon and hated by the so-called Jewish people. Those are the true Israelites. Okay, they're dark skin, you know. But yeah, it was we were removed into all the kingdoms of the earth for our hurt. Okay, we would serve slavery. We would be at the bottom, you know, serving the other nations. Okay, why? Because we disobeyed Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. This is Psalms 44:9. "But thou hast cast off and puttest to shame, and goest not forth with our armies. Thou makest us to turn back from the enemy, and they which hate us spoil for themselves." Right? The Lord cast us off at one point, turned his back on Israel. okay, because we were totally rebellious, you know, the Northern Kingdom and the Southern, and put us to shame, okay. That this is now making us to turn the back from the enemy, right? We would flee when we seen our enemies, you know, and even now we flee. You know, when you see an Edomite come around the corner at work, and what do? You flee. That's a curse, you know, or the police who are supposed to help us. It says, and they which hate us spoil for themselves. That was given us like sheep appointed for meat, right? We're appointed to be slaughtered, you know, and has scattered us among the heathen. Thou sellest thy people for naught, and dost not increase thy wealth by their price. Thou makest us a reproach to our neighbors, a scorn and a derision to them that are round about us. And that's true. Wherever you find the Israelite, you're going to be reproached. You're going to, you know, by the other nations. Scorn and a derision to them that are round about us. Thou makest us the byword among the heathen, a shaking of the head among the people. Okay. You see, the Lord made us the byword among the heathen, a shaking of the head among the people. And you see it, you know, these Edomites, when they see you, you know, when they're rich, in the rich part of the city, they just shake their head at you, you know, and they call you an N-word, negas, or a spick, or whatever, you know. It says, my confusion is continually before me, and the shame of my face hath covered me. For the voice of him that reproacheth and blasphemeth by reason of the enemy and avenger. Okay? Right, we're ashamed. Okay? In our face, you know, we're ashamed in our face. We cover ourselves for the voice of him that reproacheth and blasphemeth by the reason of the enemy and avenger. We're in a low state, man. You know, we get treated, you know, a certain type of way by these other nations, man. You know, and they blaspheme us. You know, they blaspheme Yahweh Bashim Yahushai and his people. Okay? Because they're our enemies, man. You know? Let's get this. Let's play this, though. How about we play this, man? When are they going to get rid of this? Now, I'm going to warn you. This is pretty intense, man, you know, but this is a Family Guy. Okay, you know, they've gotten rid of these movies, okay, which do show, you know, Jake's portrayed as proverbs, you know, taunts and bywords. But when are they going to remove this Family Guy and this guy, Herbert the pervert, man? Check this out.
They told Peter to stay away from the wolf. But he didn't listen to them, because he's his own man. And he knew that sometimes the things that seem the most dangerous turn out to be the most fun. Yes, sir, it was a good day for young Peter.
Are you a pedophile?
Oh, no, what?
You see that? This is pretty raunchy, man. Like I said, you know, I don't let my kids watch. Don't let your kids watch this show, man. This show is pure garbage, you know. But let's continue, because Esau don't take this off. He don't take this show off. And there's many other shows like this, man. You know, American Dad too. You know, it's another show that is you know, and it's aimed for children. That's why they put it in a cartoon. You know, so they remove some things, but they won't remove it all. And this is worse than all that other stuff. But nonetheless, it's all wickedness. So watch this.
But what about the old guy? I heard him complaining about woods in the dining room.
That's true. He replaced my Cialis with methamphetamines.
Pedal faster! I can't go any faster!
Where you going, kids? Hey, I just want to talk to you. Why don't you come over to my place for a glass of wine and a couple of fruit pies, and then we can go in the back room and play crazy snakes. If I should die... Just want you to know, from me, it's all going to be out of context.
I don't know what that means.
It means if I die, you gotta burn my house down. Hey there, Chris.
Hi, Mr. Herbert.
Selling your old hand-me-downs?
Yep.
You got anything you used to wear in the summertime?
Just these old shorts.
Sweet Jesus.
Ugh. He can't hurt you anymore.
Hey there, little fella. We sure got a lovely day for it, don't we?
Stay away from my brother's butt.
Wow. See?
Now, if you're gonna break that thermometer. Oh, hey there, Chris. Happy Valentine's Day. Hope Cupid brings you a saggy old bag of treats.
Hey, Mr. Herbert. I'm just here to collect for the newspaper.
Here you go. Oh, hang on now, Chris. Your fly's up again.
Thanks, Mr. Herbert.
Reason doing the weather in a giant black man.
Wow. You see? Hypocrisy of Esau, man. He should take it all down, man. But he won't, you know. And there's an agenda. There's an agenda behind behind these things, these movies getting taken down. You know, I just saw an article too where it was saying that in California, they're taking away boys and girls sections, that it's going to be gender neutral. Okay, so there's something deep going on. There's some you know, turning of things upside down, definitely, you know, where good is being called evil and evil is being called good, you know, and some things are going to be omitted and some things are not. Okay, so you know, he knows what he's doing, man, and he's even starting with the children. Okay, it's you know, this guy has no he shews no favor to the young or to the old. Okay, this is Proverbs 17:15. He that justifieth the wicked and he that condemneth the just, even they both are abomination to Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. Right, so you justify some things, okay, like, you know, case in point, you know, here it is, our videos get taken down, but you have Herbert the pervert, okay, and his jokes on Family Guy, they can just roam, okay, YouTube like nothing, you see, and I dare them to take this video down, seeing how they got Herb the perv, you know, in it. He that justified the wicked and he that condemneth the just, even they both are an abomination to the Lord. See, there's a lot of things that these Edomites, they justify, and other things that they condemn. Okay, that's why they're abominable, because it's all for their means. They know why they're doing these things. Okay, so here it is, 2021. They're getting rid of all these Disney movies, but they won't get rid of all the other wickedness. Okay, and that dude Seth MacFarlane, the editor, he's an Edomite, man. The guy that wrote the Family Guy, he's an Edomite, man. He knows what he writes. You know, he knows what his show's about. I'm going to end it out on this. This is Zechariah 8:13. It says, and it shall come to pass that as ye were a curse among the heathen, right? We were a curse among the heathen, man. All these curses came upon us. We lost our identity, went into captivity. We became a taunt and a proverb, you know, a byword, you know. We were put into slavery. And treated, you know, unfairly, even unto this day, and killed, you know, and our oppressor went free. All these things came upon us, even unto this day, man. But he justifies, you know, what he does, you know, for what? For a greater means, because there's a lot of things being done in the world, and you have to be able to see it, because, you know, you can look at this as a, you know, some might say, oh, you know, it's too bad, Disney, we grew up on Disney, but nonetheless, it was, you know, negative depictions of people's cultures. But on the other hand, you know, you really look at it and you're like, there's something else going on. You see, you know, I believe that they really want to bring all people together. They want people to forget about slavery. So they, you know, it's all deception, you know, hypocrisy. But it says, but we were a curse. That is, ye were a curse among the heathen, O house of Judah and house of Israel. So will I save you, and ye shall be a blessing. Fear not, but let your hands be strong. Okay, the Lord said he was going to save the house of Judah and the house of Israel. Okay, and ye shall be a blessing. Fear not, but let your hands be strong. So we have to be strong. You know, we have to keep faith. Okay, we can't waver, you know, because the Lord, he's going to bless us. He's going to be with us. Okay, for thus saith Yahweh of hosts, as I thought to punish you, when you fathers provoked me to wrath, saith Yahweh of hosts, and I repented not, so again have I thought in these days to do well unto Jerusalem and into the house of Judah. Fear ye not. And it said it again, fear ye not. So we're supposed to be bold. We're supposed to be confident in speaking the truth and bringing these things out. Okay, whether it offends people or not, whether they feel that we're doing too much or whatever. You know, you got some Israelite camps that say, you know, you guys, you know, want to bring out everything in the articles, and you always look into the sky for prophecy. Well, we're waiting on the return of our Lord, man. The captive hasted to be free. Okay, roughly paraphrasing. Okay, it says, so again have I thought in these days to do well unto Jerusalem and unto the house of Judah. Fear ye not. Okay, so fear ye not. The Lord punished us in the ancient world, and we've come back standing on our feet. Lord willing, we are the prophets. Okay, and the Lord has also spoken that He was going to do well unto us, man. So we need to stand strong and continue to keep the testimony alive. So Lord willing, this is edifying. I want to say Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai. Shalom.